She wrote a song in her bedroom about heartbreak, and within days, the entire world was singing along. No big marketing plan, no massive push, just raw emotion turned into music. That song made her one of the biggest stars on the planet almost overnight. But here is what is crazy. Behind all that fame, Olivia Rodrigo still lives in a way that feels surprisingly normal. So, how does one of the most famous young singers in the world actually spend her days? Let us get into it. Olivia Isabel Rodrigo was born on February 20th, 2003, in Murrieta, California, and grew up in a nearby town called Temecula. Her father worked as a family therapist, and her mother was a school teacher. From a very young age, Olivia showed interest in singing and acting, and her parents supported her by getting her into lessons early. She learned to play piano and guitar as a kid, and she started acting classes and theater in elementary school. It was not some overnight decision. She had been working toward this for years before most people even knew her name. Her first steps into show business came through small acting roles, including a Disney Channel show called Bizaardvark. But her real breakthrough came when she landed the role of Nini in High School Musical, the series on Disney+. The show gave her a platform, but it also gave her something even more valuable, the chance to write and perform her own songs. That experience planted the seed for what would come next. In January 2021, everything changed. Olivia released a song called Driver's License, and it exploded. The song shot straight to #1 and turned her into a household name almost instantly. It was not just catchy, it was raw and emotional, the kind of song that felt like reading someone's diary. A few months later, she released her first album, Sour, and it became one of the most successful debut albums by a young artist in years. She followed that up with her second album, Guts, in 2023, which included hit songs like Vampire and Get Him Back. By her early 20s, she had already won 3 Grammy Awards, something most artists spend an entire career trying to achieve. Despite all this success, Olivia's lifestyle stayed surprisingly grounded. She does not put on some huge public show about her personal life. She keeps her relationships mostly private, and even though she was linked to actor Louis Partridge for a while, she never turned her love life into a public spectacle. She simply focuses on her work and lets her music speak louder than gossip. In interviews, she often talks about how she prefers spending time with a small circle of close friends rather than chasing constant attention. When it comes to her daily life, Olivia enjoys simple things most people her age enjoy too: reading, writing, spending time with friends, and exploring fashion in her own unique way. She often mixes vintage-inspired outfits with modern styles, creating a look that feels personal instead of copying trends. Touring takes up a big part of her life, and her live shows have taken her across multiple continents, performing for millions of fans. Her Guts World Tour alone included over 100 shows and became one of the most talked-about tours of that year. Even with that massive schedule, she has said in interviews that she treats songwriting as a kind of therapy, a way to process her own feelings rather than just create hits for the charts. In 2026, Olivia released her third studio album, called You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love. She described the album as being full of sad love songs, explaining that she realized her favorite romantic songs always had a little bit of fear or longing mixed into them. This album showed a more mature side of her songwriting, proving that she was not just a one-hit teenage star, but an artist who keeps growing with every project. What makes Olivia's lifestyle stand out is not luxury or extravagance. It is how normal she tries to keep things, even while living an incredibly famous life. She does not chase headlines. She does not try to always be seen in public. Instead, she focuses on writing honest music, spending time with people she trusts, and slowly building a career that feels true to who she is. Behind the awards and the sold-out tours is a young woman who still treats songwriting the same way she did as a teenager, scribbling lyrics in her bedroom. Olivia Rodrigo's story proves that fame does not have to change who you are at your core. She built a massive career by staying honest about her emotions, protecting her privacy, and letting her music do the talking. In an industry full of noise, she chose something simple, being real. And that is exactly what keeps millions of fans coming back to her, song after song, year after year.